Greetings and salutations and welcome to Illegitimate Legends, the show where I like to talk about some of the more unusual League of Legends builds. I'm your host Ahrtgames, bringing you this week's unusual build. This week I'm doing AP Xin Zhao because it's amazing and everyone needs to hear about it. If you haven't seen CivHD's video, What Would AP Xin Zhao Do? Go and watch that. If you don't like songs, then you probably won't appreciate it. If you don't like CivHD, you probably won't appreciate it, but that's the idea behind it. AP Xin Zhao heals a stupid amount of health every time he lands his third strike. That's simple. So, without going into massive details on why, because go watch the video. It explains everything, the hows and the whys, while at the same time being hilarious and funny. The thing is, though, this build there's no questions here, you have to play this build in 3v3. Because early and middle game, you might win. Particularly top. You might win as AP Xin Zhao in your lane, because inherently, it's a dueling champion. But the problem with early and middle game, you don't have any AP yet, and you need a lot before it starts becoming utterly ridiculous. So, there's the weird balance there in that you want to be able to get to the late game, you want to be able to farm up and get all the items that you need, and at the same time, you can't have fights that are just 5 people instantly going to nuke you down, because you'll lose. 5 people can nuke you to death. However, 3 people can't, particularly if they're not designed as nukers, because you're playing on Twisted Treeline. Go figure. So take this build to Twisted Treeline, or maybe Dominion. Dominion doesn't last long enough to get a full build, but at the same time you get more gold, so yeah, that's fun. But it's a fantastic dueling champion because once you have your finished build, you actually can't be beaten. I fought a Tristana and a Malphite, and I think it was an AP Tristana, so I'm not sure there. But 2 people who are very, very strong, and you don't necessarily want to duel. As AP Xin Zhao, I beat them both. Please note that both of them had deliberately bought an Executioner's Calling to reduce my healing. Wasn't enough. The combination of AP, damage, and constant healing, I just won. It's that simple. You can solo Baron with ease, and you can solo that big bug thing in the top of Twisted Treeline with... You might as well not even try. You just right-click it and wait. And eventually, it's dead. As for the build itself, Russia Melody as explained in CivHD's video. Then get your shoes, your Berserker Greaves, because you want both massive amounts of attack speed and massive amounts of AP. Attack speed is gotten through shoes, AP is not. Berserker's Greaves. The next item is where I start to differ from CivHD. I get a Rage Blade here, because the Rage Blade is actually a ridiculous item for a lot of champions, and buy it, see the difference it makes. Just having that tiny bit of lifesteal, that 10% when you're below 50% health, really, really good in the early game when you haven't got the massive amount of AP yet, and the combination of stacking up AP and attack speed, really, really good. Then Nash's Tooth, then Rabadon's Death Cap. Finish off the entire build with a Lichbane. Downsides of doing it this way is you won't have much damage output because you've delayed your Lichbane substantially. So you won't have much damage output until the very end of the game, but the way I see it, you're working on being unkillable, so you don't need too much damage, and getting that extra damage just rounds everything off. That's my order. Feel free to come up with one of your own. The build is fun. Play for obvious reasons, you want to be listening to Mulan Be a Man for the entire duration of the game. Just put it on a loop and you'll just be a man. Triple kill. It's fantastic. Other than that, there's very little I can say that hasn't already been said. Problems are, you can be nuked down, and it's inherently a late game thing because you need a lot of AP before it really starts to work. Also, please note that your spear charge has AoE damage with about a 2/3 AP ratio. Maybe a little bit less, I'm not sure on the exact numbers, but it's sufficient to actually bring out a lot more damage than you expect. Your Q, barely need it. Get it at level 2 or level 4 for the knock-up. Other than that, don't bother. Stack your W first, and your ultimate. The only use for your ultimate is to split people off so you can get more time with your duel or to escape fights. You want to leave a fight, just run away, and when no one's marked, push R. And it's like, denied. No kills for you today. That is AP Xin Zhao. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe, and yeah, watch more of these videos. Good night. Let's get down to business to defeat the Huns.